What immediately comes to your mind when I say the word underprivileged? Do you picture people who lack joy and live their lives out in a state of constant struggle? If I'm being completely honest today, I did. But what I had imagined was only part of the bigger picture. And I was about to step into a reality I could never have guessed. Picture being so cast out by society that you couldn't even drink water from the same jug as someone of a higher standing. Picture having to toil every day working for people who treated you as less than. This is what the reality was like for Dalit Indians when the caste system was incredibly prominent in India, roughly 80-some years ago. Having grown up learning of these injustices from my parents and grandparents, it's no wonder I thought that the lives of the students in my father's hometown, Sindhavai, would be only bleak and full of difficulties. But that could not have been further from the reality I saw when I visited Sindhavai last summer. When I first visited the library my family and I had built, it was an empty building with windows and doors. But when the students slowly started arriving, a few weeks after its inauguration, the library filled with life and color. You see, these underprivileged students were kids who were ambitious and goal-driven. These students didn't lack drive, and they certainly didn't need to be handed opportunities. All these students needed was some guidance to navigate the paths that were already available. I remember some photos of the students studying at the library. I was told these students came to visit the library almost every single day. These students were far more than struggling and destitute. They were determined to make the most out of their education. Seeing how serious these students were, I realized that they didn't need a rescue. They just needed some guidance and resources to reach their goals. I noticed that the library my family and I had built really didn't have many books in it. And I figured that with the access to basic educational resources, like books, these students could fully benefit from their education. So I took initiative. I started my book drive for the library a few months ago. So far, we've raised some donations and received some funds. I've also started teaching spoken English classes to the students every other Saturday. These classes have surprised me. Last class, 13 students showed up. Many of these students were nervous and scared to speak, yet they tried anyways. These students have time and time again unintentionally shown me how important it is to look past labels and discover the true inner potentials of individuals. Now I know what most of you are probably thinking. This is all great, but what does this have to do with us? I know that, just like me, many of you have heard labels and formed misconceptions. We have all made assumptions about people or situations we have not experienced. But we must remember that people are far more than their titles. This applies beyond the little village in India. If we take a moment to look past the labels in our own lives, we can make a real difference in our communities, just like I saw in Sindhavai. I thought I knew what underprivileged students needed, but I was wrong. The other shoe fits much differently than I had expected. These students didn't need saving. They needed to be seen. And if they can thrive with just a little guidance, imagine what we could do in our own communities. When we choose to look past labels, we don't just change how we see others. We change what's possible for them. Thank you.